All right, we also got a special message from another friend of ours who's also in the talk radio world, Dennis Miller.
Yeah, you know, Dennis Miller is indefatigable. Is that the right way to say it? You know what I'm saying?
It's a
He's
big
tireless
word.
with his support for the troops. And I love so many people saying, oh, you know, people from the entertainment world who are just shocked that Dennis Miller is a conservative, as they're calling him. I don't know if he's a conservative or not. I know that he loves the troops, but these days in Hollywood, if you love the troops, suddenly you're a conservative. What does that tell you about Hollywood? Well, Dennis Miller is incredibly courageous, he is incredibly entertaining, and he is incredibly smart. You see him every Wednesday on The O'Reilly Factor, and you also hear him every day, Monday through Friday, on The Dennis Miller Show, nationwide. I am lucky enough to fill in for him when he is out and on vacation, and he sent a fantastic message to our troops.
Hey everybody, Dennis Miller here. Nice to be back for the 2013 Troopathon, and not to be confused with the Toyotathon, by the way. This is the Troopathon, the one that matters. Listen, over the last year I've met a lot of soldiers, and once again I am blown away by how varied they are. I mean, you meet kids of all every way of life. And whenever anybody tries to categorize them to me, I don't try to categorize back because I don't want to act like a guy who knows the ins and outs of it. But I'm telling you, I have seen everything with soldiers, except they're all tied together by this. They, somewhere, got called to a higher mission to protect people who probably would just be scuttled by morons and terrorists and idiots and hateful contingents in this world if it wasn't for these guys and gals out there on the front line protecting scrawny asses like mine. I am blown away by that every day. Now, as of late on my radio show, I have come across one of the most despicable things that I've ever heard as we do this sequestration thing. And I remind you that this was Barack Obama's idea, sequestration. And he never thought they'd call on his bluff on it, and they did. And now, I have to listen. Does it break your heart when it hears that you hear the kids don't get tours? Yeah, I guess. Not really, though. It breaks my heart when I have fathers and soldiers call my radio show and tell me that the tuition that they were promised for their advanced education when they come back from fighting in the crucible of battle to give us any money, to give us any hope, to give us any chance of even having these squabbles is being pared back due to sequestration. If that is not a sin against the universe, I don't know what is. Now listen, I remember saying to a soldier once, listen, when you guys come home, my feeling is that you should never pay another tax. Anybody who's raised a gun up and gone out to fight for this country, you know, he scolded me. He said he doesn't want that. No, I was boggled. I forgot how selfless these cats are. I forget, you're reminded when Dakota Meyer has a chance to take the fireman test for New York, and he misses the deadline by 2 days because he's getting the Congressional Medal of Honor. And when they say he can waive the deadline, he says, I won't take it unless you waive it for everybody because I'm a soldier and I don't jump lines. What? We're just not used to that anymore. In a time of nobility, we weren't quite used to that. But in a time today of easy, casual relativism, just to run up against that sort of mindset, that sort of nobility, that sort of essence that we could all use a little of, absolutely boggles the mind. And to take the tuition that they've agreed on to go do this task away from them in the name of sequestration, when you've got morons like, Joe Biden flying to Micronesia to pick up kookaroo takeout, this world's gone absolutely mad. As I say every year, and I mean every year, there isn't a day I don't pray for the troops. There isn't a day I don't thank God for them. There isn't a day that part of me doesn't feel a little diminished that I don't have the moxie they do. There isn't a day that I don't take the two most precious things along with my wife in my life, my sons, and remind them if I ever see a soldier, and it doesn't look like it's going to be bothersome to him because they have their own lives too, but in passing, you say thank you. That's all I can do for you. I can say thank you. I am the lucky recipient of your largesse. To me, you are the greatest of men, and you've always been the greatest of men throughout history. You remain today the greatest of men If I revisit this planet in some sort of Buddhism thing, I will thank you again. My first breath, when they whack me on the ass as the new baby in my next life, will be, thank you, soldiers. Thank you so much. I don't say this in some sort of Sammy Maudlin Second City way. I love you. I do love you. And I realize that you've given me every good thing I have in this life.